Norwegian Prime Minister Jonas Gahr has dismissed President Donald Trump's claim that the U.S. received nothing from NATO, labeling it as false and underscoring that collective defense cannot be measured in transactional terms. Speaking at the Oslo Security Conference, Støre said that he warned Trump that Norway is just 100 kilometers from Russia's largest nuclear arsenal, which is directed at the U.S. rather than at him.
I met President Trump first time. I said this to him, looked him in his eyes and said it's important for a Norwegian Prime Minister to see a US President in the eyes and say, 100 kilometers from my border is the world's largest nuclear arsenal. And it is not directed against me, Mr. President, but against you.
He highlighted that Norway tracks Russian submarine activity and missile tests, sharing intelligence with Washington. In fact, he said that it is completely false for Donald Trump to claim that the U.S. gives everything while receiving nothing from NATO.
That we monitor those submarines. We know when they leave port. We know when they test their new weapon systems. And we share it with you and we collaborate on monitoring that. And that is why I just have to say it rings completely false when the American president stands in Davos saying that we have given everything to NATO and NATO gives nothing in return. It is wrong.
However, NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte told EU lawmakers in Brussels last week that Europe is incapable of defending itself without US military support and would need to do more than double its current military spending targets to do so.
And if anyone thinks here, again, that the European Union or Europe as a whole can defend itself without the US, keep on dreaming. You can't. We can't. We need each other.
Since its founding in 1949, remember, NATO under American leadership has served as a bulwark against the Russian threat to Western Europe. NATO allows the US to station troops, equipment and infrastructure in Europe. The enhanced forward presence in the Baltics and Poland that includes US forces act as a deterrent against Russia. NATO members, including Norway, Germany and the UK, share real-time intel on Russian military movements. This cooperation improves situational awareness and enables faster responses to Russian activities, such as missile tests or submarine deployments. Støre pointed out that EU members currently provide about 20% of NATO's total military capacity, while the rest comes from non-EU allies like the US, Canada, UK, Turkey and Norway. NATO's Very High Readiness Joint Task Force, the WIJTF, in which the US involvement is supportive, not dominant, allows for quick deployment of thousands of troops to thwart any Russian aggression.